Start your engine. We're gonna take a ride to the desert. Hello everyone, I'm Jay Mere and welcome to my review of Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga. Or I just call it Furiosa. Because this movie is all about Furiosa. And this movie is directed by George Miller. And this director made all the other Mad Max movies as well. And this is the 5th movie in the franchise directed by George Miller. And like I said, it's a prequel, it's a spin-off to Mad Max Fury Road. And Fury Road already came out in 2015. That's 9 years ago. And 9 years is a pretty long time to wait for a sequel. If Furiosa was actually a sequel, I think the time lapse of 9 years would have hurt the movie. However, we didn't got a sequel to that movie, we got a prequel, a spin-off on character Furiosa. Mad Max is not even in this movie. We're going back to a time before Mad Max Fury Road, before the events of that movie. And this movie is gonna focus completely on the character Furiosa, and basically her entire life until the moment she met Max in Fury Road. And Fury Road came out in 2015 and it was an enormous success. Got even nominated for some Academy Awards. It was that big of a success. And it was because it was such an adrenaline rush. We have not seen that much on the big screen before, and that's why it's a success. I always liked Mad Max Fury Road, but it seems like I never really loved it as much as most people do. I really love the action, don't get me wrong, but the problem for me with the movie was always that it started good. They go from a point A to a point B, like most movies do. However, this movie, when they almost are at point B, they decide, let's go back to point A. So they go all the way back, and that's an element of the movie that bothered me a bit. Also, there is not much story in Mad Max Fury Road. It was just an action experience, and as an action experience, I love it. Now, Furiosa is it's very different than Fury Road. First of all, the adrenaline rush we had with Fury Road is less present here. Still, we got some very cool action scenes on the Fury Road. Cool gunfire scenes, car chases, we all have that in this movie. So you can really say that this is a Mad Max film. But it's taking more its time. Like I said, it's focusing on the entire life of Furiosa. So the movie starts with her as a kid, and then we see her growing up as this adult, as the Furiosa that we know in Fury Road. And therefore the movie takes its time. And I don't mind that. I actually think it works better than the adrenaline rush we had in Fury Road. Secondly, like I said, my problem was the lack of story in Fury Road. In Furiosa we have more story. It's not the biggest story, but the fact that we are focusing on this character and we know she's driven by vengeance, it drives the movie from a point A to a point B without going back to a point A. And that's why I love Furiosa. And I've seen the Furiosa a few days ago and it's still in my head. I had to think a lot on this movie about different things, about the characters, about the action scenes, about the story. It really is a movie that sticks in my head for a long time, and I love that in movies. So Furiosa is starring Anya Taylor-Joy. She plays the young Furiosa. Was played by Charlie Theron in the Fury Road. We also have Tom Burke, Charlie Fraser and Chris Hemsworth as the villain. Let's talk about the villain first. Chris Hemsworth is almost unrecognizable in this role. He looks very different and he acts different. If you sometimes I would forget that it is Chris Hemsworth, and that is perfect. That is perfect casting, and I can say that Chris Hemsworth had a lot of fun playing this villain, the Mantis. And the Mantis is the perfect villain for this movie. It's the perfect antagonist to Furiosa as protagonist. He is a bit out there. He is not, I would not say that he is an intimidating villain. He is more like, he is very theatrical. That's the right word for it. He's a bit crazy, but he makes the movie work, and he is sometimes a bit much for me, but I don't mind. He's the villain that was needed for this movie, and Chris Hemsworth plays him the way he's meant to be. Other character, Furiosa, our main character, is a very cool character. She was already a cool character in Fury Road. Now I like her even more. Now I know her backstory, the things she goes through in her life, and it was really fascinating to follow her to her journey in this movie. Even when I was as a kid, like the first act of this movie was very cool. We have this mother character, and what a mother character we had in this movie. There was some badass mother, what she's gonna do for her kids, and I love that whole first act with the mother trying to save the daughter. That was amazing. One of my favorite parts of the movie. That was amazing. Also, another cool part in this movie was a car chase, I believe in the middle of the movie. The first time the Warwick is out and got attacked by these other people. That was also very impressive. And I have to admit, George Miller knows how to direct a Mad Max movie. These scenes in this movie were top notch. There were some long take action scenes during a chase in this film. Amazing action scenes. They were beautiful. I was really looking to the screen and I was not looking away. I wanted to see everything, and I was amazed by how George Miller directed this movie. And we have to know George Miller is almost 80 years old, and at that age making a movie like Furiosa, that's amazing. That's really impressive. So George Miller, great director's work. And also the camera work, fantastic. It really looks beautiful to look at. And there is some visual style in this movie. You can really tell that this is a Mad Max movie. Sometimes a bit artistic, more artistic than Fury Road, I would say. And the last thing I want to say as a very plus, because I really love that this is a very structured story, and because it is so structured movie, and we have 2 hours and a half to spend in this wasteland, we see a lot more of the world that was introduced to us in Fury Road. We see more of the Citadel, we see more of, what's his name again? Immortan Joe and his sons. We see a gas town, we see the bullet farm. Those are introduced in this movie, so the world is expanded in this film, and I really love that. And to be honest, I would even say that I like this more than Fury Road. But I like both. But I love Furiosa. So those were my thoughts on Furiosa. Really love this movie. Can definitely recommend this film. And always be free to share your thoughts on this film below in the comments. Would love to read those. And if you want to see more reviews of me in the future, always be free to subscribe to my channel. And till the next time.